Have you ever felt invisible? Have you ever stood in a room where someone interrupted you, dismissed your ideas, or made a joke at your expense, and you just froze? You smiled. You let it slide. But inside, you felt a fire. You felt the sting of disrespect, and worse, the shame of not knowing how to handle it. We are taught to be polite. We are taught to be nice. But there is a difference between being kind and being a doormat. When you let people cross your boundaries, you are not keeping the peace. You are waging a war against your own self-respect. Today, we are going to change the rules of engagement. We are going to explore 5 brutally honest, perhaps controversial, but incredibly effective ways to handle disrespect without losing your cool. These aren't just tips. They are weapons for your dignity. So, stay with me until the very end, because the final strategy, it's the one that changes everything. It's the one that turns you from a target into a fortress. First, the silent stare, the power of non-reaction. Let's start with a technique that is as simple as it is devastating. The silent stare. When someone is rude to you, they are looking for a reaction. They want you to stammer, to get angry, to defend yourself. They are throwing a ball, expecting you to catch it. But what happens if you just let it drop? Imagine this. Someone makes a rude comment. Instead of laughing nervously or snapping back, you do nothing. You lean back. You look them directly in the eyes. You hold their gaze for 3, 4, 5 seconds. You say absolutely nothing. This silence is not empty. It is heavy. It flips the script immediately. By not reacting, you are saying, I am not playing this game. You are holding up a mirror to their behavior, forcing them to sit in the awkwardness of their own rudeness. I remember a meeting where a colleague kept interrupting me. He was loud, arrogant, and clearly enjoying the sound of his own voice. I tried to be polite, but it didn't work. So, I stopped. I crossed my arms and just looked at him. The room went quiet. He stumbled over his words, looked away, and didn't interrupt me again. That silence was louder than any shout. It commanded respect because it showed that I was in control of myself. TWO, the absence of words. Silence as an answer. This leads us to the second strategy, embracing silence as your answer. We often feel the need to explain ourselves, to justify our existence. But silence is a valid response. In fact, it is often the most powerful response. When someone disrespects you, your silence says, you are not worth my energy. It's not passive. It's strategic. It's a way of reclaiming your power. Think of it as a filter. When you refuse to engage with negativity, you keep your inner world clean. You preserve your peace. There was a time when a friend would make subtle, passive-aggressive digs at me. I used to try to laugh them off or explain why they were wrong. It was exhausting. One day, I decided to stop. When he made a comment, I just didn't respond. I let his words hang in the air like a bad smell. He looked uncomfortable. He tried to backtrack, and eventually, he stopped. He realized that without my reaction, his words had no power. Choosing silence is choosing yourself. It is saying, I value my peace more than your opinion. 3. The end of explanations. Stop justifying your life. How many times have you made a decision only to have someone ask, why? Why did you take that job? Why are you single? Why do you eat that way? And what do? We explain. We give a presentation on our life choices, hoping for their approval. Stop it. You do not owe anyone an explanation for how you live your life. Your choices are valid simply because they are yours. When you constantly explain yourself, you are seeking validation. You are telling the world, please tell me, I'm okay. Confident people don't do this. They make a choice, and they own it. The next time someone questions a decision you've made, resist the urge to justify. Simply say, because I wanted to, or because it felt right for me. And then, stop talking. Watch what happens. They might push, they might look confused, but they will respect you, because you have shown them that your life is not up for debate. You have shown them that you are the author of your own story, and you don't need an editor. 4. The power of distance, the VIP club of your life. Sometimes, the only way to handle disrespect is to remove yourself from it. We often feel guilty about distancing ourselves from people, especially if they are family or old friends. We think we owe them our presence, but you don't. Your life is a VIP club, and not everyone deserves a pass. If someone consistently drains you, disrespects you, or makes you feel small, why are you giving them the privilege of your time? Keeping your distance isn't about being mean. It's about self-preservation. It's about creating space for the people who actually value you. I once had a friend who was constantly critical. I realized I was dreading seeing them. So, I stopped initiating. I saw them less, and the relief was instant. I had more energy, more clarity, and I realized I deserved better. Don't be afraid to step back. Don't be afraid to curate your circle. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. 5. The posture of a king. Hold your head high. Finally, we come to the most physical, yet most psychological strategy. Hold your head high. Disrespectful people want you to shrink. They want you to look down, to hunch over, to make yourself small. It makes them feel big. Do not give them that satisfaction. When you walk into a room, walk in like you belong there. Pull your shoulders back. Lift your chin. Look people in the eye. This isn't just body language. It's a declaration. It says, I know my worth. There is something magnetic about a person who refuses to shrink. It disrupts the narrative of the bully. They don't know what to do with someone who isn't afraid of them. When you hold your head high, you are not just signaling confidence to others, you are signaling it to yourself. You are reminding yourself that you are worthy of respect. You are reminding yourself that no matter what anyone says, you are enough. These 5 strategies are not just tricks. They are a lifestyle. They are the building blocks of a life lived on your own terms. When you use them, you are not just handling disrespect. You are dismantling it. You are teaching the world how to treat you. It won't be easy at first. Your heart might race. You might feel guilty. That's okay. That's just the old you dying, and the new, stronger you taking its first breath. You have the power to define your own worth. Do not let anyone take that away from you. If you found value in this video, if you are ready to reclaim your respect, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. And I want to hear from you. Which of these strategies resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below. Let's start a conversation. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and remember, respect starts with you. See you next time.